From wrestlers not even being on PLE's Raws or even SmackDowns at this point, to even the quote-unquote stars of the company being booked like jobbers, WWE is clearly disrespecting, underutilizing, and poorly booking their top-level or star-level talent. Now, I know people are saying, oh, this is the best WWE's ever been. This is the most stacked the roster has been. John Cena's calling the roster stacked. No, it's not. Look at the 2000/early 2010s roster and look at this picture. You can name like 10 to 15 Hall of Famers in this picture. If you look at today's WWE, you're going to find the fact that Roman Reigns is the only true superstar in this company. Back then, you had about 10 to 15 of them. Now you only have one. And on top of that, WWE continues to disrespect the talent that can become stars and help stack up the roster. So let's talk about the WWE's disrespect for their star-level talent first. First on the list, Drew McIntyre, who in my opinion has been the most consistent wrestler this entire year, from promos to in-ring work to backstage segments to everything needed to be a great pro wrestler. He has been the consistent and best wrestler since April, pretty much, when WrestleMania happened. And what does he get as a reward for this? He loses to CM Punk in a strut match, in a match that he should never be losing. Look at Drew McIntyre and look at CM Punk. I understand that wrestling's not always realistic, it's a storyline, it's all this stuff, I understand that. But at some point, this guy who worked alongside Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, and others to help save WWE in the pandemic era, how is his reward him getting beat by CM Punk, who's done nothing for WWE in the last decade? How? It makes no sense. Jey Uso, the most over babyface on Monday Night Raw, and it's been that way for 4 months. He's never gotten a singles title, and he's never even won an actual important match in the last 4 months. When is the last time he even wrestled and won a match outside of the qualifier match last week on Raw? He's done nothing. How can you be that over and get nothing to do, to the point where he doesn't even show up on Raws anymore unless it's a 2-minute segment where he's in the back yeeting with Kathy Kelly or Jackie Redmond? That's all he does. Chad Gable, a great run he had as a heel heading into the summer of this year, doing great work with Sami Zayn and with Alpha Academy as a heel and all this other stuff, and putting on very good matches. And what reward does he get? He gets jobbed out by Uncle Howdy, who gets 4 months of build-up and puts on a mid-match, and gets to beat Chad Gable because of what? What? You ruined his momentum. LA Knight, he finally gets a US title a year after he's already been one of the most over faces inside of the company. Why is it taking a year, and why is it taking years to figure out the talent of these people and to actually utilize them correctly? It makes no sense, and it's disrespectful to their abilities and to the talent that they're displaying. Braun Breaker is one of the most talented in-ring workers today in the WWE, and he's in his 20s, and he's not even on the PLE in Bash in Berlin. Are you kidding me? This is a joke. And the sad thing is that it's the same way all throughout the roster with the disrespect. Bobby Lashley got released from the WWE. How in the world is Bobby Lashley out of a job at WWE, but Karrion Kross and all these other bums and jobbers still have a job? Austin Theory and Grayson Waller have a job, and Bobby Lashley, who was a first ballot Hall of Famer most likely, or one of the first, he's going to go to Hall of Fame, and he doesn't have a job right now. How? How? It makes no sense. It's disrespectful. The Street Profits, the same thing. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are nowhere near the quality promo work and match quality as these Street Profits. Same thing with DIY. They're not even close to the Street Profits. But they have a job and Bobby Lashley does not. It is absolutely ridiculous. Bronson Reed, even, who I think is doing amazing work, he's doing great work right now on Raw, man. He's probably the most interesting person on that show at the moment besides Jey Uso, and he gets nothing. He's going to do this Intercontinental title, a qualifier match, and he's going to probably lose, or even if he wins, which he should win, even if he wins, he's not going to win against Braun Breaker. He's not even going to probably fight Braun Breaker. Jey Uso probably is, and then he's going to lose. What is the logic here? Your most over and talented people don't get treated as such, but the people who have no business being in the main event scene, like your Karrion Krosses, your Waller and Theories, who main evented SmackDown with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for some reason, and then, you have other people like Liv Morgan, who I think she's an absolute jobber, but she's still your world champion, and you honestly treat her like she's garbage. She gets booked very weak, man, and that's the second topic I'm going to talk about right now. The weak booking of champions and just people in general needs to be explained. How in the world, and as much as I don't like a Mr. I respect you, Wheatley so good I drink it neatly, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, even though I think he's a bad champion, he's a great guy, but he's a terrible champion. At the end of the day, Triple H books this dude like he's a bum. Cody Rhodes goes out and challenges someone else to fight him for his title, which is supposedly the biggest item inside of the whole entire wrestling industry. And he has to go ask someone else to fight him for his belt. That is inherently dumb. John Cena never did it when he was champ. Randy never did it. Roman never did it. Rock never did it. So on and so forth. If you want Cody Rhodes to be that face of the company, which he's obviously never going to be, but if you really wanted to be that type of talent and that believable, first off, don't book him to go challenge other jobbers like Kevin Owens has been for the last year to go fight him for his title. Liv Morgan, your women's world heavyweight champion, loses off of one Riptide at Bash in Berlin, but had to hit 2 Oblivions on Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam to win? And Rhea Ripley, one of those Oblivions was on a chair? You're booking Liv Morgan like she's some little weakling, which, I mean, honestly, she kind of is, but she's your world champion. She should not be booked like a loser. Nia Jax, why does she need Tiffany Stratton to beat Michin? Michin is a jobber! And she needs Tiffany to beat Michin, and she's your WWE Women's Champion. It's not believable. It's not believable. The Wimp booking as well, for even anybody else who you can even think of, the tag team titles are booked horribly. Horribly. They change hands week after week after week. And I'm supposed to believe that Tonga Loa can beat Montez Ford in a match? What? Nothing about that makes sense. Nothing in that picture makes any sense. And like I said, I don't even love these champions. But part of it is the booking, making them not believable and disrespecting their abilities. Cody Rhodes is talented. Liv Morgan, I'm sure somewhere in there has some talent. Nia Jax has talent. She's been improving the last year just constantly. And they get treated like jobbers. Explain that. And then the last thing I'm going to discuss is the underutilized talent. Why in the world are people like Jey Uso, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu even, honestly, Jacob Fatu even, I didn't think about that. Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, any of those names I just named, and even more than that, the Street Profits, etc. How are they not on your PLEs? But Jade and Bianca, which is a SmackDown match, versus the Unholy Union is a SmackDown match that could have literally happened 3 weeks ago, 4 months ago on SmackDown, and no one would have cared. That match is on a PLE, but none of those names I just named are on the PLE. How? How has Tiffany Stratton not wrestled a match on a PLE since Money in the Bank? And before that, it was Backlash. She's wrestled 2 PLE matches in, a year of her being on the main roster. How's that possible? How is it possible? Huh, Hunter? I don't know. Can someone please explain this logic to me? WWE is as stacked as it's ever been. It's as great as it's ever been. But your top talents are sitting on the sidelines doing segments where they're yeeting with Jackie Redmond instead of being out in the ring and entertaining thousands of people. It's dumb. Underutilized talent. Disrespected talent. Poorly booked talent. But I'm supposed to sit here and believe that these stars are being given respect. Someone as talented as Drew McIntyre is losing to an old, washed-up hack like CM Punk. Jey Uso is being sidelined and not even being put on pay-per-views just so we can see Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Are you kidding me? Really? I'm done. I don't even want to make this video anymore. I'm done. Forget this. WWE is dead. Well, it's not dead, but it's dying.